This is Nightline.
Tonight, Mark Sanchez, lawyers in court today for the former NFL quarterback turned sportscaster, facing criminal charges after an alleged drunken brawl in Indianapolis left him stabbed and a 69-year-old man bloody. What we're learning tonight. Plus, the yogurt shop murders, the slaying of 4 teenage girls that shocked the nation.
I promised the family that day I would never give up on this case.
Decades later, the DNA technology that led to a break in the case.
The overwhelming weight of the evidence points to the guilt of one man,
who authorities now believe committed the heinous crime.
I think that this is a Ted Bundy level serial killer type.
And John Stamos sounds off. The Full House star speaking out about his on-screen wife, Lori Loughlin.
And you're already a great husband, and I love you.
Have mercy.
And her now estranged husband.
I will never talk to him again.
And divulging new details in the Varsity Blues college scandal.
She didn't deserve to be dragged through that.
What he's saying tonight. Plus, we're with the cast of 911, the mega hit first responder show.
Let's go.
Back in action for a brand new season.
It's gonna be out of this world.
Fire in the sky. Literally out of this world.
This time coming to parts unknown, outer space. Who they say they turn to in a real-life emergency.
Point to the person who all of you would trust to save you in the face of danger.
Don't point to me.
And Misty's final bow, the trailblazing ballerina's historic send-off.
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Tonight, lawyers for Mark Sanchez in court for pretrial hearing saying he's still recovering from his injuries following the disturbing arrest of the former NFL quarterback turned sportscaster in Indianapolis. A major development in the legal saga of Mark Sanchez, who was charged with felony battery and 3 misdemeanors, including public intoxication. His case is scheduled for trial December 11th. The former NFL quarterback turned Fox Sports commentator is still recovering from the stabbing injuries he sustained in the October 4th incident in Indianapolis. That incident allegedly began as a parking dispute that escalated. Prosecutors say Sanchez attacked 69-year-old truck driver Perry Toll.
The allegation here is that Mr. Sanchez pursued this individual around the vehicle, and it's Mr. Sanchez who really was quite persistent.
Toll's attorney says he acted in self-defense, pepper spraying and stabbing Sanchez.
My client's a 5'8", 165-year-old senior citizen, 69 years old. Mark Sanchez is a former professional athlete, 6'2", 235.
Sanchez touchdown! Sanchez first made a name for himself at the University of Southern California and was picked in the first round of the 2009 NFL Draft.
The New York Jets select Mark Sanchez.
Sanchez going on to play for various teams, including the Philadelphia Eagles, Dallas Cowboys, and Washington before retiring in 2019, later trading the field for the broadcast booth. Sanchez speaking about going home to his family as he left jail earlier this month, following his release from the hospital.
I'm focused on my recovery, and I want to see my wife. I want to see my son, my 2 baby girls.
Mark Sanchez faces up to 6 years in prison. We turn now to a break in the case that gripped the nation more than 3 decades ago. 4 teenage girls executed at a frozen yogurt shop in Austin, Texas. The horrific crime going unsolved, but authorities now believe they know who the killer is. Here's ABC's Matt Gutman with another look.
More than a quarter century ago, in a circumstance much like this today, I said that Austin lost its innocence. Today, we have some closure.
the overwhelming weight of the evidence points to the guilt of one man.
I think that this is a Ted Bundy level serial killer type.
For more than 30 years, the city of Austin has been asking, who killed these girls?
One of the most horrific murders in Texas history. It is a crime that has haunted this community ever since.
4 teenage girls, 13-year-old Amy Ayers, 17-year-old Eliza Thomas, and sisters Jennifer Harbison, 17, and Sarah Harbison, 15, were brutally murdered at a local yogurt shop. The crime scene then set on fire, the inferno destroying key evidence, the community shaken to its core. Sonora Thomas is Eliza's sister. She was 13 years old when the unthinkable happened.
I just remember my body started shaking and my teeth started chattering, and I couldn't really even hear what was being said.
Barbara Wilson shares Sonora's pain. Her two daughters, Jennifer and Sarah, were killed alongside Eliza.
They were loving children. They were happy and they helped others. They were just any wonderful thing you can think of. They were just my buddies.
For decades, the case remained unsolved.
On December 6, 1991, we as a city lost our innocence. Today, we regain our confidence.
Two young men even wrongly convicted of the crime and later exonerated.
They were bringing in anybody who was a little bit different.
I killed somebody.
Then, this summer, the story of the murders gaining renewed attention with HBO's The Yogurt Shop Murders. But now, 34 years later, Austin officials say they believe they finally have the answer to the city's most painful question.
We now have evidence linking a specific individual to this case.
Thanks to advances in ballistic and DNA technology, investigators have identified this man, Robert Eugene Brashers, as the suspect who killed the 4 teenagers.
I am grateful for the advancements in science and technology that have allowed us to uncover this critical evidence.
I promised the family that day I would never give up on this case.
Authorities say the serial killer was linked to a spate of murders in the 90s, including the murder of a Missouri mother and daughter in 1998. Brashers died by suicide in 1999 during a standoff with police for an unrelated crime.
It was absolutely surreal when I saw this man's name as responsible for this really high-profile case that I was so familiar with.
The families of the victims say they are finally getting the answers they've been waiting for so long.
I'd like to first thank God for the strength and perseverance for the last 34 years to finally have a little end to it. At one point, I had given up on God, but he never gave up on me, and I am thankful for that.
It has been so long, and all we ever wanted for this case was the truth.
In 1991, Austin, Texas was a peaceful, small city. Violent crime was nearly non-existent. That all changed on December 6th. Authorities responded to a fire at a I can't believe it's yogurt shop. Inside, they discovered a horrific crime scene. The bodies of the 4 young girls were found bound, gagged, and shot in the head with a pistol.
There was evidence of sexual assault. Some of the only really physical evidence that was recovered was a spent .380 shell casing that was located in the floor drain.
When they were killed, all I could think about is I wasn't with them. They had to go through that by themselves.
At the time, the families of the girls spoke with our ABC affiliate, KVUE.
If they catch them tomorrow, I say hang them the next day.
They need to suffer. I'm sorry, but we're suffering every day. It's not getting any better.
Including Barbara.
He scared my baby girls. Those people scared my baby girls, and my baby girls would not have hurt anyone, ever.
And there's 13-year-old Sonora with her mother.
Nothing will make me feel better. The only thing that would help at the moment is Eliza coming in the door.
My family was in such a crisis. My mom just kind of retreated into her bedroom. She was so depressed. I was lost in finding people to drink with and things like that. And my whole life has really been shaped by this experience. You know, I'm 47 now. I was 13 at the time.
Following the murders, the community banded together in search of clues to help authorities solve the heinous murders.
We're walking the neighborhoods today, handing out flyers and putting out white ribbons in an effort to find the murderers.
With little physical evidence and DNA technology at that point in its infancy, investigators faced obstacles from the start.
The yogurt shop murders crime scene investigation was especially challenging because of the fire and then because of the water that was used to try to put that fire out.
Nearly a decade after the killings, 2 men were convicted of capital murder despite the lack of physical evidence. Those convictions were overturned on constitutional grounds, and those 2 were released in 2009. Both of them were later cleared by DNA testing.
When those boys were first being investigated, they weren't able to use DNA evidence to eliminate them, which, as we know, happened later on in the investigation.
For years, the case went cold until this summer when new testing on a .380 caliber shell casing left at the scene, plus DNA found underneath the fingernails of one victim, Amy Ayers, implicated Brashers.
I'm sorry that it took 30, 40 years for us to get here, but we're here now, and Amy's final moments on this earth were to solve this case for us. It's because of her fighting back.
Genealogist C.C. Moore was the first to link Brashers to a spate of separate killings. On the show Genetic Detective, she traced his trail of murders and sexual assaults through Florida, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Missouri.
And I found just one thing after another that supported my theory in this case.
Moore's work helped authorities connect the dots. Brashers was a serial killer, but the extent of the horror was unknown until now.
I would continue to go back and revisit his timeline and try to identify cold cases that might be attributed to him. But it never occurred to me that the yogurt shop murders was something that he had done as well.
Even though Brashers is long gone, Jennifer and Sarah's mother, Barbara, says she's grateful for the answer she does have, even if the grief never leaves her.
When you have missing people, there's no closure to missing. Your heart is ripped forever. I got a big old scar tissue on that heart, and sometimes that's hard to get around, but it's a different, there is no closure.
And Sonora? She's now a psychotherapist helping others with their trauma, hopeful she can leave some of her pain in the past.
What a relief it will be to get some distance from December 6th, to go out feeling a little bit lighter, engage with friends and family, start making new stories, putting this story behind us, and just letting this one go.
Our thanks to Matt. We will, of course, continue to follow the story as it unfolds. And now a look ahead at Thursday's Nightline. We investigate a shocking homicide that took place at the 2025 Burning Man Festival. The victim's friends, family, and fellow burners asking, how and why did this happen?
I asked, guys, we're our friend. Why is he not there? It's the first murder from Burning Man, first.
And when we come back, John Stamos speaks out in support of his longtime Full House co-star Lori Loughlin. Why he says he will never speak to her now estranged husband again after the break. Welcome back. John Stamos standing by his Full House co-star Lori Loughlin with new strong comments about her involvement in the Varsity Blues college admissions scandal. Here's ABC's Lara Spencer.
And you're already a great husband, and I love you.
Have mercy.
John Stamos has some harsh words for Massimo Giannulli, the estranged husband of John's longtime Full House co-star Lori Loughlin.
I said, look, like all the whatever negativity or hardships that you've been through your life is connected to this guy. You know, whatever he did to her, it busted her up to the core. Yeah. And she put up with a lot over the years of this guy. And, you know, again, I'm not going to get into the relationship. It's not my business. I mean, you know, I know a lot, and I was by her side through a lot of it. She is an angel, and she always made things better.
Stamos, a guest on the Good Guys podcast, opening up about his relationship with the couple who announced their separation earlier this month after 28 years of marriage.
40 years I've known her, and you know, you can see through people after a few years. Like, this woman's a saint. So I'm just heartbroken for her right now. I've really tried to be there for her during this time, and also with the college scandal. I mean, I'm not going to debate whether she had much to do with it or not.
In 2019, the couple accused of paying $500,000 to Varsity Blues mastermind Rick Singer to get their daughters Olivia Jade and Isabella into USC, under the false pretense that the girls were Division I rowers. A year later, Giannulli and Loughlin pleaded guilty to wire and mail fraud. Both wound up serving months-long prison sentences.
And in typical Lori fashion, I said, how was it? She goes, you know, I met a lot of nice ladies in there. We have a book club. That's her, you know. I know for a fact it was all him.
Stamos says he will never speak to Giannulli again.
Look, he's a very successful dude. You know, I will never talk to him again. I pray for this guy. I pray that he gets a hold of his whatever hole that he's trying to fill, however he's trying to fill it. I pray that he realizes that what he had was everything that anyone could ever hope for, and that he gets some help. I think this guy needs help.
Our thanks to Lara. We turn now to the nonstop thrill ride that is 911. The adrenaline-pumping show about first responders is back for season 9, and the cast says they're ready for the ride. All the way to outer space. Here's ABC's Roxy Diaz.
The cast of the mega hit inviting ABC News to the 118.
This is like the hub, the heart of the 118, right? This is our firehouse.
And this is the only set in 9 seasons that has remained the same. That's been here since the pilot episode of the show.
Truth be told, I don't know exactly what's coming for me yet, but I'm assuming something will happen because it's Maddie.
Mr. Hauser, the good news is we think it was the humpback. If you thought 911 couldn't ante up the stakes, think again.
Like, now I'm seeing fire in the sky.
Fire in the sky.
Literally, Athena and Henrietta are going into space.
Yeah, I mean, 9 seasons in, you have to kind of figure out where have we not gone.
Okay, some quick, fast ones for you guys. Just a little bit of fun when we start. Raise your hand if you'd actually be good in an emergency situation.
Do not.
Point to the person who all of you would trust to save you in the face of danger.
Y'all pointing at me?
No, I ain't pointing at you.
It's hard being around people who loved him.
Now the team will grapple with the loss of Bobby Nash, played by Peter Krause.
We need more time.
We don't have any more time.
She's going to be very much in a little bit of a denial, you know. She's a hard worker anyway, so she doesn't throw herself even more so into that.
I feel like it's pulled us all together in such a special way. So it showcases how much we need each other. There can be whole episodes at a time where it doesn't feel weighed down by that loss, and then out of nowhere you may have an episode where it does peek its head again.
As an EP on the show, how important is it to be able to have real life social situations woven into the script as well?
I think that's what the audience really come to appreciate and love about it. They come away learning a lot about themselves, about how people get along, how people grow. And I think the camaraderie that our characters share touches our audiences.
Our thanks to Roxy. 911 airs Thursday nights on ABC and streams on Hulu the following day. When we come back, trailblazing ballerina Misty Copeland takes her final bow at the American Ballet Theater. And finally tonight, Misty Copeland takes her final bow in New York. The trailblazing ballerina taking the stage one last time tonight with the American Ballet Theater at Lincoln Center, 10 years after becoming the prestigious company's first black principal dancer.
It's been 25 years of the best dream, that I never imagined.
Felicia Rashad, Debbie Allen, Alfre Woodard, and Oprah among those in her star-studded send-off. The now 43-year-old Copeland today posting her new Harper's Bazaar moving cover saying, "Movement has always been my language." She was and is a gift. That's Nightline for this evening. Catch our full episodes on Disney Plus and Hulu. We'll see you right back here same time tomorrow. Thanks for the company, America. Good night.